Hey guys, Chaz Pivot here, Baseball Rebellion. This is Zach. He's a 12-year-old. He's been in my online program for about 3 months. On the left, you have his initial eval video. On the right, you have just some regular hitting video that he sent me a few weeks ago. And he's been a very diligent worker in the program, and you're going to see some pretty impressive and amazing changes that he's made. And his success is through the roof. He's doing an awesome job in the program. I think he really likes it. I think he's really done himself a good service by doing his work at home. So I'm just gonna, this is the first swing of this grouping, and I'm going to sync all the swings up in the grouping. So it's not like these are cherry-picked swings. Left's the eval, right's just a random set that he sent me. So you can already see a lot of differences in his stance and his general setup. Okay, on the right, you see he's got a much larger leg kick. Okay, and his hands are higher and further back for longer. Okay, so the bat has not started to accelerate on the right, but it already has on the left. You can see some blurring up here in the bat, whereas on the right, this bat's still very straight and easy to see. Now the swing has begun in both sides. You can see the much more athletic lower body here. Again, the hands are higher and further back. Hands remained higher on the right. Back foot's completely off the ground. And then you're about to start seeing a big push action here on the left. So a big push through contact, where on the right you're seeing a big turn through contact. Notice the back shoulder on Zach here on the right side where my red dot is. So you can see the back shoulder continues to move the whole time. Okay? On the left, you're going to see a frame where it doesn't move, right here. This is a push frame. Hands move, shoulder doesn't move. So this is really where, in the upper body, where you're going to see a major difference is. I'm just going to run back through this. Back, forward. This is where the major difference is in his upper body. Okay? So you can see the shoulder on the right continuing through. Shoulder on the left does not. Now let's take a look at the back foot. So eyes in the blue circles. Big difference in the back foot and the finish as well. So he's much more off balance on the left. He's extremely solid on the right, maintains his finish much better. You can see a clear full turn of the back. You can see the back foot has moved forward instead of backward. You can see it's clearly off the ground, and his entire body has turned, whole torso, from the knee to the hip to the back shoulder. It's all turning, whereas he's stuck on this side. Get a big extension in the back leg here instead of maintaining the bend. Now let's go ahead and look at that swing at full speed a few times so you guys can kind of digest it at a little bit different level. Okay? 2 more, and then we'll move on to the next swing. And again, these aren't cherry-picked for you to be best swings. That's why I'm kind of showing you the whole grouping. Alright, so these aren't synced up anymore, so you're going to have to bear with me just a second to sync it up. But the fun part about this is, the mechanics stay. They really are consistent through the movements. You see a big bat wrap on the left, not as much on the right. He's trying so hard to generate power with his upper body. You can see all of this back turn to the pitcher. That doesn't happen on the right anymore, as you can see. You're going to see the same good footwork, heel-to-heel direction, great turn, back shoulder continuing through, a little better extension on the right on this time, back foot's consistent. I mean, this is what the online program is capable of doing with the right people. Zach has done his work. Zach's father has helped him do it. His mother has too. Both have been in videos doing different drills, from foam drills to pure turns with the bat as bar to just regular old pure turns, lean drills, back leg angle drills. I mean, these guys have really done some solid stuff. And I'm proud of them. And this is the fun part with the online lessons, because you can see a kid take it upon himself to become better. And that's the best part. And you can see a kid, think about the value of the time that mom and dad have gotten to spend helping Zach work on something that he loves. And look at the athleticism in his lower body. And the bigger you are, the harder this move is, which makes these improvements so much more telling and so much more obvious, okay, that he's done some awesome stuff. Get rid of the circles for you. But look at this finish position. I mean, this is phenomenal body position. I mean, excellent movement. All right? So we had some good things to work with. Whenever a kid comes in with some size, you know he's got an opportunity to hit for some power, right? But you don't know if they're going to be able, I don't know if they're going to be able to deal with this forward movement because it is a dramatic forward movement. And a lot of people at first, they're very scared of it. But what I want to really point out is, so there's forward movement of his head. Let's look over on this side here. All right, let's look where his head starts. It's in the blue circle. He gains ground. But once his turn begins, look how still his head is. That matches up extremely favorably. Now, on the left, look at his head moving much more in the beginning, or in the actual turn, than it did in the beginning. But do you want your head moving as you're swinging, or do you want your head still as you're swinging? You want it still as you're swinging. You want it moving in the load. It's easy to move in the load, but you got to stop that movement in the swing, and Zac's able to do that. And again, it's not like he's practicing 45 minutes a day. This program is very easy to do. He's got a Rebels rack. He's got a drive developer. He's worked extremely hard, and it's paying off. And I'm proud of him. And these results are not atypical to the program. There's dozens of kids I could have picked, and I decided to pick Zac because his transformation's been really impressive, and he's a bigger guy. And I know how much harder that is. I compared him in one of my videos to a kid I have in my program named Kendall, who's an 8th grader. He's as big as I am. And I weigh 230 pounds, as big as I am. So Kendall struggled for quite some time with this movement stuff when he was younger, but I was able to send Zac a video of Kendall and say, hey man, this is your future. This is what you can be. You can be an 8th grader that hits the ball 90 miles an hour. I mean, that's awesome. We just had a 7th grader set a new record. 7th grade, 13 years old, named Jet, hit a ball 90.1 miles an hour with wood. I mean, the explosive power that Zac and Jet and Kendall are showing is just astronomical. And it's fascinating to see these middle school kids come in and literally grade out and test hit the ball harder than some of our college guys who fly in from all over the country. I've got starters on a couple top 10 teams, and those guys came in hitting the ball between 86 and 91 miles an hour, and we just had a 7th grader hit at 90. So I've never tested Zac's ball exit speed, but I'd imagine it's significantly higher on the right than it was on the left. Zac, you've done an awesome job. I'm super proud of you, and I hope you enjoy this article. You're a huge part of the Baseball Rebellion.